I'm Dr. Aashish Phadke from Mumbai. Uh, okay, now coming down to uh, major one of the part which we have started with, that what is Yukti Vyapashraya, and we all are aware that these are three types of Chikitsa: Yukti Vyapashraya, Deva Vyapashraya, and Sattvavajaya. So in the text, if you see Charak Samhita, we will amazed to see that the sequence he has mentioned, Charakacharya has mentioned, is not Yuktivapashraya first, though we are using it maximum. In Samhita, it has been mentioned Devapashraya first, then Yuktivapashraya, and then Sattvavajaya. Okay, and then they have specified what is Devapashraya, what is Yuktivapashraya, and so and so. Okay, so here Yuktivapashrayam Puna Ahara Aushadha Dravanam Yojanam Yojana. So Ahara Aushadha Dravyanam Yojana, it is Yukti Vapashan. In particularly Chakrapani, it has been mentioned that it is Bahir Parimarjan and Antar Parimarjan, and usually it is used for Sharira Dosh. Which one? Yukti Vapashan. Praya, it has been mentioned. And why Praya? Because sometimes in other conditions, like in mental conditions, in mental diseases, Manasa Dosh or Manasa Vyadhi, like Unmad Apasmar, you see that there is a saying of using of Anjana Prayog in Unmad and Apasmar. So Anjana Prayog means it is making use of herbs or making use of certain Ayurvedic drugs. So though it is externally, but it is again a Yukti Vyapashraya component per se. But they are using and clubbing it with Manas Vyadhi. Apart from that, they are using Sattvavajaya as well over there. Okay. Or they give certain things like external things like Abhyanga, then Sveda, Pradeya, Parisheka, Unmardana, all those they use, or they use certain Shalya Tantra connected procedures, Shastra Pranidhanam, Punaschedana, Vedana, all that they are being classified or subclassified under the umbrella heading of Yukti Vyapashraya. Okay, so the question is whether alone Yukti Vyapashraya will help. Sometimes no, as already I have mentioned, you have to use Yukti Vyapashraya along with Sattvavajaya or along with Deva Vyapashraya. Many of times Deva Vyapashraya is out of context, but Sattvavajaya definitely we use most of the time, knowingly or unknowingly. We will see the examples and you say, oh, even I used to do this, and I was not aware that I was using Sattvavajaya. So it's like that. Okay, so in other way, Yukti can also be used in Devyapashraya Chikitsa. I'll show you some of the references from Atharva Ved. I should thank Dr. Mala ma'am for inviting me so that I got, inspired to read more. I was doing this way back when I was in undergraduation, and there was one Vaidya Kadiwale sir from Pune, and he has while teaching us, he has told me once, Ashish, you should read Atharva Veda and you should go through what kind of drugs Atharvan Chikitsa is using, and there are a lot of simile in Ayurveda. And those time, way back undergraduation, second year or third year initial phase, I have purchased Atharva Veda Marathi translation. I opened up that book after so many years now, and I was really happy to see a lot of references which are using Yukti Vyapashraya drugs, and they are been asking to make use of them in a form of pralepa or in a form of pana or manda or things like that. And along with that, they are chanting suktas or roga nivaran sukta and so many suktas, right? So Yukti Vyapashraya and this Devapashraya can also be used together. In particularly money, for example, money means not alone only Ratna, because usually in college days we usually used to think, oh, Mani Bandhana means only Ratna Bandhana. It's not like that. I'll show you number of Mani Bandha has been mentioned in Devapashraya Chikitsa if time permits. Okay, so Ratnas are important. Anyway, Navaratna, they are mentioned in our Rasa Shastra text, and we use those Ratna for Dharana, and also we use their Pishti and their combinations for internal uses. So the same component from Deva Pasha, we are using it for Yukti Pasha also. So what I was interested to take that point ahead is this. Okay. uh, Now, uh, yeah. So overlapping of Yukti Vapashraya in Manas Rog and all that Apasmara and this, already I have mentioned about this, so we will not waste time on that. So Yukti Vapashraya basically consists of things like, material, all types of mental diseases where Vata, Pitta and Kapha are vitiated, doshas, Shodhana and Sroto Shuddhi, elimination of dosh or Shodhana or Sroto Shuddhi has to be done by adopting various Shodhana, purificatory measures. And again in that, Yukti Vapashraya is all inclusive of Panchakarma. That's what has been mentioned. And then Shamana Chikitsa is also utilized in Manas Rog Chikitsa. Okay, I'm saying particularly with Manas Rog over here because we're going to deal with more on Manas Vyadhi later on. Then here you can see single herbs like, under particularly Ahara, like, Sattvika Ahar like cow's milk, then cow's ghee, or Shashti Shali, Godhuma, all these are considered to be Sattvika Ahara according to even Yoga, Hatha Yoga Pradipika and Giranda Samhita, Shiva Samhita, even they have mentioned about it. And then you can also see lot of Vanaspatish Dravya, lot of herbal drugs like Mandukaparni, then you know, say certain Brahmi and all that are considered to be utilized in the chikitsa, and sometimes they are also mentioning about masa. Okay, snake meat or tortoise meat or goose meat, even that kind of stuff is also been mentioned in some of the Yuktiva Pasha Chikitsa, which is mentioned and which has been practiced in a Deva Pasha Chikitsa sometimes. Okay, so there is a great interconnection with all these. Then coming down to another common kalpas, that Brahmi Gruta, Kalyanaka Gruta, Panchagavya, Maha, Paishacha, and Saraswatarisha, and so many things. So I'm not going to read this, but again, these will coming under Yukti Vapasha per se, but this will again get into overlapping of these other two. This is Panchakarma Chikitsa. I need not mention about this, starting from Nasya to Abhyanga to Shirodhara, within Shirodhara, Takradhara or Kwatadhara, or even Kshira. You can use, medicated milk, and so many things are being mentioned, or Tailadhara. Particularly, we see the utility of this in the Pasha Chikitsa, in Panchakarma Chikitsa, sorry, that is Yukti Pasha Chikitsa, on various mental conditions. Now, there was a question that whether there is any evidence-based medicine or there is evidence-based practices. So yes, I am very happy to share with you that the group which with whom I am working as a honorary deputy director, our mentor Dr. Ashok Vaidya and one of our colleague, they have worked on this Shirodhara. Okay, and they have tried to see what are the effects of Shirodhara on your brain waves. EEG, they have done EEG, they have done other clinical parameters, and they could demonstrate that it is clearly able to create theta waves. Okay, or you can see the change in the sleep parameters. You can see the change pre and post with patients of sleep apnea. So those things are getting now established slowly and steadily, and I think yes, evidence base is getting created slowly but steadily. Okay, so other panchakarmas, again, they have seen Snehan Svedan, Nasya, Agni Karma, Sandhi Basti, Kati Basti, even Vamana, Virechana, I have not showed here, but people, they have tried checking what are the changes which are happening pre and post of panchakarma. So they have seen pro-inflammatory cytokines and what are the changes and how it is making change on the gut, on the other levels, or on the neurotransmitters and things like that. So even on that level also we can see with Agni Karma. I'm using a lot of Agni Karma with the Karma Chikitsa, which I learned from our legendary late hierarchy I usually follow, RB Gopte sir. And we use Suvarna Shalaka, and it's an indirect heat. So it is really wonderful and gives instantaneous relief. Instantaneous relief. So once you initiate such kind of thing, and then the patient get boost up, and then you start with Ashwasan Chikitsa from Sattvavajaya. And sometimes wherever it is not working with all these cross mix, then you jump for Deva Pashre. That is the